So joining us this morning is Kelly Stumpe, a child passenger safety technician known as the Car Mom. She's a spokesperson for Ford, but her tips for car seats apply to all cars. So Kelly, thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Thanks so much for having me.
Of course. Okay, so let's start with what are the most common mistakes that parents make with car seats and boosters?
Yeah, so I think one of the most common mistakes are parents just moving their kid to the next phase or out of a car seat or booster just too soon. The average 8 to 10-year-old still probably needs a booster seat to get a proper belt fit, sorry. So it's really important that we just make sure we're not rushing to get our kids out of car seats, but instead keep them safely installed in them instead.
Okay, and what should parents know about the new car seat guidance for kids 6 to 8?
Yeah, so it's actually, it has a lot less to do with their age and so much more about their height and weight, right?
Okay.
So the average 6-year-old probably still needs to be in a forward-facing harness. The average 8, 9, 10, sometimes even 11-year-old still probably needs to be in a booster to get a proper fit. Because again, age doesn't really have as much to do with it as what the child's height and weight are. And of course, different kids are going to be different heights and weights.
Yeah, great point. And what are the best practices for when, a kid should move from rear facing to forward facing or from a booster to a seatbelt?
Yeah, such a good question. So all of these car seats and boosters have minimum weight and height limits, but they also have maximum height and weight limits. So the best practice is not to focus on those minimums, but instead the maximums. I think as parents, we get so excited about thinking about the next milestone that our kids are going to meet. But when it comes to car seats, you don't want to have that mindset. Like just because they hit that minimum height or weight doesn't always mean they're ready for the next size, but instead a best practice is to max out those weight limits on that individual seat.
Oh yeah, that's great advice. So how can families quickly check if their car seat is installed correctly? Because I hear from so many people that it's still kind of hard to do and you don't know necessarily if you've done it right.
No, that is such a good question. So another big mistake we see families make is just not having their car seat installed tight enough. So one of the easiest ways to check for tightness is to check at the belt path. So the belt path is where the car seat meets the vehicle seat. So it's right here, right where you click it into place. You'll take your hand and you'll just kind of shake it back and forth, and you're looking for less than an inch of movement at that belt path. So don't worry about here or here. Those are supposed to move, but it's instead right here. We want it to be moving less than an inch. And I just have to show you, this is a Ford Expedition. This is one of my favorite cars. It's actually what I have for my 4 kids. And a great thing that the Ford Expedition has is a feature called the car seat tilt. So in this car, I could actually tilt the vehicle seat and slide it forward, but it doesn't affect this car seat's installation. Look, it's still nice and tight, but now I have good third row access. So family-friendly features like these in cars really help families be able to keep their kids in car seats for longer because they become less of an inconvenience. So as you have more kids, as your needs change, as have to get someone to school drop-off, features like these can really make a big difference for families.
Yeah, really cool. Thanks for showing us that too. That was super helpful. If people need to learn more, if they still have questions, where can they go?
Yeah, they can go to fromtheroad.ford.com.
Okay, perfect. Kelly Stumpe, the Car Mom. Thank you so much for this morning. Really great advice.